From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Hello everyone and welcome to Local Point, sponsored by Ashley Regional Medical Center. The 2009-2010 school year isn't over yet, but Uintah School District has had a number of challenges that Superintendent Dockins and staff have had to face. The district says the focus remains on helping students succeed. And we welcome back Superintendent Mark Dockins into the studio today. Thanks for joining us, Superintendent.
Thank you for having me.
To start off with, just in case anybody out there is curious to know, let's talk about kind of the overarching function of a school district, in this case, the Uintah School District.
Well, okay, the school district is supposed to be set up where everyone receives the same education. Public education is designed to ensure that all students receive a viable curriculum. No matter where they are, they should all receive a curriculum that is strong and will, send them off into the world with the skills they need. And so as a school district, you have a number of elementary schools across the district, and for our school district we have a middle school, a junior high, and a high school, so that's pretty central. But as far as these elementary schools, a student should be able to go to Mazer Elementary and receive the same level of instruction as they would at Eagle View, which is our school out on the west side, or Davis, which is the east side school. And so as a district, what the district office, one of our driving forces is to ensure that all the students are going to receive the same or similar education, and so we have to ensure the same level of rigor, the same level of teaching and professional development for everybody.
Sure.
And that's the idea about it. Right,
and like you said, you have high school, junior highs, middle school, elementary schools, and in this case we even have a preschool.
Right.
And typically speaking, students go to the school based on geography of where they live. Unless you're in high school, then you go to the high school, right? Or junior high and middle school. So what is the primary focus then, or foci? Is that correct? I'm not sure, but you're the superintendent, not me. What is the focus that the school district has right now for the schools?
Well, we have a number of goals that we hope to achieve, and the number one is to ensure that all students learn, and that all students learn at a high level. And so the focus that we have right now with our principals and instructors, the teachers, is to ensure that we don't lose children. The philosophy of No Child Left Behind, which is under review with the new administration, is still solid, that all children need to receive an education. It doesn't matter what subgroup they're in or any of those things. And the belief system that we have as educators is that all children can learn. And so our idea is to ensure that every kid is educated. They don't fall through the cracks. And that's a difficult thing. That really is a difficult thing for every school, to have these safety nets and layers of safety nets for kids. And so our goal is to intervene with students that aren't getting it, and intervene with the students that are way above and they need extensions. And so, because you have this upper level that they're gifted or advanced, they're at risk as well. And
getting bored and them falling away. Yeah, that makes sense.
And so you have these multiple layers, these multiple tiers of students at different levels, and we have to find a way to differentiate and make sure that everyone gets what they need to succeed. And it's a daunting task. And it's like, one of my administrators has made the comment that teaching children to read is like rocket science. This is like it's complicated and it's complex, and we are professionals, and as professionals we need to be trained in all the different interventions that we can to make sure kids learn to read. It's not as simple as just standing in front of a class and lecturing like the old traditional style of education was. It's nothing like that, and to stand in front of a class and just educate, you end up losing all these kids down here that didn't get it the first time through, and that's not what we're here for.
And with a range of different types of students, I mean, this may be an impossible question to answer, but how do you do it? I mean, well, how do you create the safety nets?
interventions. And right now, one of the great things and one of the exciting things about education is that we have technology. And the technology we have in the classrooms at our fingertips is common assessments. We have the ability to pull students and assess them for where they are, and then immediately give them interventions. And so what it allows us to do is to do flexible grouping, where we're taking kids at different levels and we're putting them with teachers that are experts in that area. For instance, at an elementary school, you might have for 1 hour of the day, you may end up with a kid that may need intensive help in a math class, and so he'll go to a teacher that's an expert in this area of math, receive that, but in the next part of the day, he's an advanced kid in English.
Sure.
And so he'll go to another class. And so we have to think outside the box. The traditional teacher closing the door and just teaching her own class or his own class all day long can't exist anymore.
Right.
It's
a juggling
effort. To
effort.
do that, yeah.
Definitely. We want to get more back to that in just a second, but we've got to take a quick break. After this word from Ashley Regional Medical Center, you're going to hear about future plans for Uintah School District. We'll be right back.
Ashley Regional Medical Center is committed to bringing you the latest advances in technology right here in the Basin. The radiology department at Ashley Regional, along with radiologist Dr. David Perry, now offers laser vein therapy. This new therapy can reduce unsightly varicose veins, help with leg pain, and even reduce restless leg syndrome, and requires a minimum amount of your time. Stop hiding your legs and call Ashley Regional today at 621-6465 for more information.
Ashley Regional Medical Center.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm David Gale in for Chris Piner this week, and we're visiting with Superintendent Mark Dockins about the Uintah School District. And we've talked a little about some of the things that are being done, some of the safety nets that are being put up to help kids, make sure no child gets lost. What are now some of the goals the district has for the future?
Well, the key for all of this to work is that we collaborate, and we have teams of collaborating teachers. Like I said before, one teacher as an island to themselves won't work anymore. It just does. One person can't solve all the problems for any one kid, and so what we have to have is teams of collaboration, and there's many ways that we've set that up, and that's been our focus for the last several years, is to create collaboration. We call them professional learning communities, and what they are groups of teachers that collaborate for, say, if you were a third grade teacher, you'd have all the third grade teachers collaborating about all the kids in their third grade. And
okay, so they're talking about individual kids.
Right, and that's the key to the collaboration teams, is that they're talking about students and student learning, and no longer is it okay to just say, well, Johnny just doesn't get it, and we're going to move on. No, they're going to sit down and they're going to say, Johnny doesn't get this, this, and this in math. Who can do that, and how can we do that, and what do we need to do to intervene for him? And they know all of their kids. You're not just the teacher of your 130 kids in your class. You're the teacher of the whole third grade and the whole fourth grade. And when we get into the secondary level, it becomes more departmental. You know, you have all of your social studies teachers working together and they're intervening with those kids immediately when they see that they start failing in class. Boom, they're working right with those kids and making sure they're staying after. And so collaboration is the key. None of this works if teachers aren't working together. And as administrators, we're trying to ensure that these kids are getting what they need through this collaboration. That's the idea.
And as this collaboration moves forward and we try to keep every kid, what do you see the future of the Uintah School District? Do you see the changes? I mean, I guess how bright is the horizon?
Well, it can only get brighter. And the idea is that one of the things that we talked about right at the beginning was ensuring that all students learn and ensure the physical and emotional well-being of children. If we're all working together for that, then kids don't get lost. And we're going to have increased graduation rate, we're going to have increased scores for the national and state norms. And so I only see us getting better as a district by doing this. And it makes sense that there's no reason why we can't be successful if we're all working together.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much, Mark Dockins, Superintendent of the Uintah School District, for joining us today.
Thank you.
To find the district calendar, you can go to www.uintah.net. That's a wrap for this week's show. We'll see you next time on Local Point. Thanks for joining us.